starvation, acute malnutrition, and death. Israel calls it a lie propagated by misinformation from Hamas. Palestinian health officials say at least 17 people were killed in an Israeli strike today as the Israeli defense minister vows to reduce Gaza City to rubble if Hamas doesn't release all remaining hostages and end the war on Israel's terms. Lyle Menendez gets his turn before a California parole board a day after his brother was denied freedom.
The board ruled Eric still poses an unreasonable risk to public safety 36 years after he and his brother killed their parents. It found Eric has smuggled drugs in prison, been violent, and used a cell phone. Defense attorney Lou Shapiro.
They're looking for infractions like that. If they don't see a model citizen prisoner, it's their first time asking for parole, they're going to be tough on you, even if your last name is Menendez.
Eric will have to wait 3 years for his next parole hearing. As for his brother's hearing today,
it's not very encouraging for Lyle Menendez, given what happened to Eric.
Michael Wallace, CBS News.
President Trump's taken a victory lap around Washington, D.C. after deploying federal troops this month in a crackdown on crime.
The numbers are down like we wouldn't believe, but we believe it.
The White House says more than 600 people have been arrested so far, with no homicides reported in more than a week. The mayor has said numbers had already dropped drastically. Hurricane Erin is now a Category 1 storm headed further out into the Atlantic, but the danger remains. CBS New York meteorologist Tony Sadiku.
Along the coast, from the mid-Atlantic all the way to New England, be mindful. We've got not just coastal flooding issues today, but also high surf and rip currents risk all the way through tomorrow.
Officials are concerned about destruction of beaches on New York's Long Island. MDs are a tired bunch, but artificial intelligence could save the day. CBS's Michael George.
More than half of doctors in the U.S. report feeling burnout, but a new study suggests AI can help. Research by Mass General Brigham and Emory Healthcare showed that doctors who used AI programs to record patient visits and write up clinical notes said they experienced 21% less burnout.
Dow futures up 157. This is CBS News.
Progressive Insurance, with insurance for cars, home, boat, motorcycles, RVs, and commercial vehicles at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Vanity Fair calls BritBox a delicious streamer. Collider says everyone should be watching. Catch Britain's next best series with BritBox. Stream acclaimed new originals like Code of Silence.
You read lips, right?
And Lily, based on the best-selling mystery series.
Say hi, Lily. Take it from here.
And don't miss the new season of Karen Piri coming this October.
You don't look like police. I'll take that as a compliment.
See it differently when you stream the best of British TV with BritBox.
News this hour is brought to you by the Rusty Healy Agency in Madison. Call Landon Thompson at 601-856-3681 to request a quote or learn more.
While you may hear the words health emergency, 93 and mostly sunny this afternoon. Clear and 70 tonight. Saturday, it's back up to 95 with a slight chance for afternoon storms. And Sunday, it's sunny and 94. And by the way, NOAA and the Climate Prediction Center believe Mississippi is probably going to have a warmer than average fall this year. They released that forecast Thursday, and it applies almost everywhere in the country this year. And that's for September through November. With news on 103.9 WIAB, I'm Chris Davis. Infant mortality. That's talking about kids not making it to their first birthday. And the State Department of Health says in Mississippi that number was up significantly last year. The main causes in the state include malformations, early births, low birth weight, and sudden infant death syndrome. The emergency is basically programs and info to fight those causes. The kids did just a little bit worse on state tests for last year, says the Mississippi Department of Education, with small drops for every subject overall, but more kids passed the third grade reading assessment. Whomever supplies the info about who killed Corey Adams will get $21,000. The announcement about the reward being raised to that, thanks to Crime Stoppers and a GoFundMe set up by the family, was made Thursday. The 18-year-old Ole Miss freshman was shot and killed after a pool party in Cordova, Tennessee, the night of July 19th. In Yazoo, kids up to 5 years old in the Yazoo County School District will be eligible to get a free book in the mail each month thanks to Dolly Parton. The district has been added to her Imagination Library, which provides those books, with Parton paying some and community partners paying the rest. More news in 1 hour on 103.9 WYAB. I'm Chris Davis.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are the individual views and opinions of the people expressing them and do not necessarily reflect those of this radio station, its parent, affiliated, or related entities, agents, or employees.
Welcome to the Chip Matthews Show, where politics meets the South. So grab your sweet tea, find a comfortable spot to sit back, and let's embark on this journey together. Chip away.
And good Friday. Thank God it's Friday morning. I am Chip Matthews on the Chip Matthews Show here on the great WYAB, the biggest show on the radio at 6:07 a.m. Everybody in the world is listening. We'd like to say hello to Putin and Zelensky, who are taking the weekend to listen to us today and go, what are we going to do with Trump? Because Trump's going to get y'all to say, you're going to quit fighting. Yep. Going to say you're going to quit fighting. Good morning, Will Brown, Jeff Thomas, Chris Stout, Joe Lynn, Michael, Shane Easley. Good morning to all y'all this morning here on the program. People tuning on in and coming on in, and we're here on a Friday. Oh, just me. It's just Chip. I need to change that out there. Huh? There is no Dawn this morning. Dawn is asleep. She's still asleep. Good morning, JD. Dawn is what is she doing today? She has a leadership, Madison County leadership thing that she's doing this morning that she needs to go to. And I said, okay, hit it. But that's what we're doing today. And then, of course, Canton has a little event today on the square where the mayor says he's paying to throw us a big party. Well, I'm going to make sure that you pay for it. I'll check the billing records, make sure that the citizens are not paying for it. So don't say it's your party unless you pay for it. And it's your party, and you can cry if you want to. But anyway, we're here on the program this morning here. We're going to recap kind of what went on this week. We're going to recap what's been going on. We also, let me find that. Let's recap. In our recap, we need to talk a little bit about Mr. Espy and what he's billing the county in a deal where he actually cost us the money because he allegedly worked a deal. Oh, yes. The party tonight on the square is from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Please come on out. Bring your lawn chairs. Don't be late. So what happened last night at Pearl Chase to Jackson? I'm working on that. And of course, we know that Clay Edwards will have all the details on that. He might have even been involved. But every time there's a chase right now, I look to see if they're driving my Jaguar. Because my Jaguar, it's 1 week. I've been missing my car for 1 week. The Jaguar got stolen last Friday morning, 3 a.m.-ish. And we have no other nuts. Asian needle ants quickly spreading. That's the alert from Channel 16. But so they're still on the lookout for my car. I'm sure by now it's in pieces. But there's a chance. There's a chance. But every time I hear one is being chased, I look to see the color. So y'all be watching out for my car. Okay, so if we look back at what's going on, then the Rudy Warnock case, you have our Anderson that would be Cleveland Anderson, is appealing his case because he was one of the aldermen. I mean, he was one of the board of directors at CMU. He was on the board, and he was just one vote of 5. And, I don't feel like there was anything there on him. I would think if you were going to convict somebody on a board, you would convict all the positive votes, not 1 of 5. But that we'll see how that works out. We'll see what's going on as they try to sort that out. And of course, Rudy Warnock is currently, everybody thought he was in the Forest County Detention Center, but currently online, he can't be found. They can't find him. That's because he's probably in the witness protection program now, because they moved off his sentencing a month, not because they lost him, but maybe because he's talking. And if he's talking and you are one of the aldermen, or you are one of, and I hear they're slowly sliding into some supervisor stuff, or they're going through the Canton School District stuff, they're going to find some stuff, y'all. They're going to find it. We already know it. They testified to it. They testified that they took $144,000 from one guy that got hired and that was over a 10-year period at the Canton School District. We've got to clean up all the problems. I know of a person at the Canton School District that's on the board now, but he was originally fired from Canton's public school because he was having sex on campus. But he's back. And that's that. He's been back for a little while. But you can't write this stuff. And the real problem is they need to just shut the Canton School District down. It doesn't serve a purpose that the school, we got plenty of room in there. We can get as many people in there as we want there, but it doesn't, it's not a packed school. The school progressively comes out of failure all the time. We've had cheating in the test scores. You don't know what's going on over there. And when I talk to many of the parents, they go, well, I'm trying to get my kid into Germantown or Madison Central because they will get accepted into a college easier if I can get them out of the Canton School District. Because let's face it, y'all, it's not, just because the school comes out of A doesn't mean you're learning what you need to learn. You need to learn the social skills to survive in this world. And it's sad that when the city of Canton, I think at one time the graduation rate of a class was like 50% of a class would graduate. And that means 50% didn't make it, for those trying to do the math. And that's just not good. And they started out and then you got all the dropouts and all of this, and we have all the crime in Canton, and the same problems in Jackson. We've got to fix all that. And school choice is coming at us at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And know that. And school choice, if everything goes and the money, and it follows the money, the students' money follows them, those students will be getting picked up everywhere to go to different schools. They'll be trying to get in, but a school cannot and this is the thing this is one of the things that I've been trying to figure out. And we're going to have somebody in on September the 2nd that talks school choice. Good morning, Mark Grissett. And we're going to find out the school choice half of the story, and then we're going to have people in on both sides, and we're going to discuss it. Because the thing on school choice, it would actually help Canton, because Canton refuses to shut down the Canton School District, which they need to shut down. And when they shut it down, the Madison County School District would take over. But that doesn't mean kids from Canton are going to be on their way the other way. It's just the administration would change in Canton. Then you could take all that money that Canton has, and Canton has a lot. We have all brand new buildings for the schools we have. Okay. But if you got a hold of the money that Canton has and the future money they're about to get a hold of, Canton's fixing to be plus another plus in the school district. Money wise, they're not broke. They're one of the richest school districts around, and they're loaded with management and everything over there to where you can do the things you need to do. But what needs to happen is they need to build. If you close the school district, then you'd go out on 43 at the end of Yandle Road, and you'd build a new schools. You build a new set of schools right there. Then those people that they're cramming onto Yandle Road, as they approved another subdivision out there last week, then you'd have a place for those people to go to school. Then you go out by Lake Caroline, between Lake Caroline and Flora, and you build another set of schools. And you use the Amazon money that's coming in, and you move forward, and school not be an issue, and then people wouldn't worry. I mean, the big thing in Canton is the reason why they don't want to do certain things is the Democratic policies of Canton want to keep the population the same. I mean, Canton is basically, y'all, if you really look at it, it is a retirement community. Okay. We got a few kids, and they got a school district with some money in it. And the school district is larger than the city limits. Understand that. And it's something that's got to be fixed, because, I mean, you're in the Canton School District, your property's worth nothing, and you got the highest millage rate in the entire state of Mississippi. We pay the biggest amount, but it doesn't really show up that bad, because people go, well, your taxes weren't that high. Well, that's because our property values are dirt nothing, because the school district holds us back. I mean, on one side of the road, you can have a house on the Canton School District side be worth, let's say, $1,000 an acre, and then right across the street, it's worth $500,000 an acre. Yeah, that happens. That's what's going on. And leadership and all that just wants to take the money. And I mean, like, for instance, the party tonight on the square with the Tim Taylor Presents party. That's the mayor. It says Tim Taylor Presents up in the corner. He wants to present a party of unification tonight and to get everybody on page for the new changes. Well, the only changes we've seen are the faces. We've got some new aldermen at the city hall, which has been a breath of fresh air. I will tell you that. I'm all for that. But as we look at the other people sitting there and what is going on, what are we going through? We're going through an audit. Mayor says, I didn't know audits were important. That's what he said. And I'm just like, what do you mean you don't know audits are important? So now they're doing, and they hadn't done it for 9 years. So now the state is doing an audit on Canton. And what is going, and it's like I've told y'all since day one when I rode onto the property there and took that right and went on the mega site and looked around. I said, guess what? They're not going to let Canton and Madison County stay as corrupted as it has been. And they're not going to let people, they're going to come in here and they're going to go through the books and they're going to make this go away, because you don't put $16 billion into an area and let Canton hold it down and let these supervisors, those three particular supervisors, hold us back. And we're going to be talking about them a little bit in just a second. We'll be talking about everybody, but I mean, y'all, these are things going on in the world. You know, they wanted to fire Mike Espy. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. We'll talk about all that and a little bit more right here on the Chip Matthews Show without Dawn McKenzie, right here on WYAB. Matthews Show without Dawn McKenzie, right here on WYAB.
1039 WYAB.
Your roof is constantly exposed to the elements, battling dirt, algae, and stains. But with Watkins Construction and Roofing Roof Wash Service, you can keep it looking like new. A proprietary rooficide treatment is EPA approved, safe, and guaranteed to prevent algae from coming back for at least 2 years. No harsh chemicals, no damage, no black streaks. Just a clean, beautiful roof that lasts. Call Watkins Construction and Roofing at 601-966-8233 or visit nomoreroofstains.com today.
Hey, this is Ben Ingram from the Braves Radio Network. We're in commercial right now, so I want to let my sister take over and tell you about Hometown Property Group.
Thanks, Ben. This is Mary Claire Putman with Hometown Property Group. Whether you're buying or selling, we are committed to guiding you through your real estate transaction with integrity, exceptional service, and remarkable results. Madison County has been my home for 40 years. I'd love to help make it yours too.
That's Hometown Property Group. Give them a call at 601-853-6080.
Pops Auto Sales on Highway 49 in Florence is where you come to buy quality cars, trucks, and SUVs. Priced to fit your budget. At Pops Auto, we specialize in trucks. From four-wheel drives to diesels, our satisfied repeat buyers know Pops has one of the largest truck inventories for any independent dealer, period. Browse Pops inventory at popsautosalesllc.com and get pre-approved for a zero down payment with approved credit, with warranties and service contracts available. Pops Auto Sales, your home for trucks. Highway 49 South in Florence.
If you want the best health care, where do you go? The Mayo Clinic. If you want the best care for your vehicle, where do you go? Mayo Auto Clinic in Raymond. Mayo Auto Clinic does foreign and domestic vehicles and diesel repair. Mayo Auto Clinic has ASE certified techs with over 25 years of experience. You can extend the life of your car or truck when you take it to Mayo Auto Clinic. For cost-effective repairs and maintenance, go to the best, Mayo Auto Clinic. Open weekdays at 7 a.m. Highway 18 in Raymond.
Looking for adventure, amazing food, and a little relaxation all in one place? You'll find it at Cypress Point Resort in Brandon. Load up the family and experience a real drive-through safari, petting zoo, and thrilling guided Jeep tours. Then slow it down with mouth-watering steaks at the steakhouse, or grab drinks and live music at the tavern. Planning a wedding or reunion? Cypress Point Resort has beautiful venues and cozy lodging. Ready for your big day or just a weekend escape? It's everything you love about the outdoors with a touch of luxury. Cypress Point Resort. Wild fun right around the corner.
Get the jump on the season at the #1 stop for all your boating and custom water sports needs, Smith Marine. Crest pontoons are here. Come experience luxury and style with a 90-day, no payment, no interest financing option with approved credit, plus a 1-year Seato membership, free cover, free Bimini top, and free inflatable tube. And these crests are pre-rigged with Suzuki motors and Suzuki's industry best warranty. Smith Marine also buys quality pre-owned boats with consignments and trade-ins on the res in Ridgeland and at smithmarinesales.com.
We would like to invite you to visit our retirement community, which is not only beautiful, but affordable as well. I'm Rhonda Brown, director at the Waterford on Highland Colony in Ridgeland. Our team members are passionate about making our residents' life easier and more enjoyable. We have fun-filled educational and entertaining activities, plus daily exercise that will help with your stamina and balance. Call us at the Waterford on Highland Colony in Ridgeland, 601-856-6131.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
Yes, it is the Chip Matthews Show on a Friday here on WYAB. Of course, I'm here this morning without Dawn, so it'll be Chip and no Dawn this morning. She is on assignment, going to do some different stuff today, leadership, Madison County stuff. But anyway, and good morning, Fred Cerami. I see you out there. And I had a lovely dinner and a group of people sitting with me last night at the restaurant out at Acme Pizza, which you all should come out tonight and see Jamie Eisenhood. But Mitch Tyner showed up out there last night along with Aubrey McMillan. And then Fred Cerami showed up and Carol with him. And we sat there and had a great time talking about what was going on. And then Tim Harper showed up. And some of you know Tim Harper, if you're from Canton. And Randy, you know him from Jackson. But his dad was Cecil Harper, and he was the minister of music at First Baptist Church back in the day when little Chippy thought he could sing. And I used to sing in the church choir. I didn't ever forget that. It was a great conversation. It was a great conversation about Canton being... We didn't realize how good we had it growing up in Canton, Mississippi, until you get older and you go, damn it. How do we get that back for everybody else in the future? Because, Canton people, it's funny. When you were growing up in Canton back in the 70s and 80s, we didn't realize, because we were brought up with a level of confidence. Everybody in town had a different level of confidence. And so when you would run into people in Jackson and in Northeast Jackson who could beat you to death with their wallet, you didn't think twice about it. You weren't intimidated. You weren't intimidated by anybody that had any certain political powers or anything. Canton people were just, we just grew up thinking we were better than everybody else. I mean, you just don't know. And it amazes me when I look back at it that that is why a lot of us are so strong. And we were, many people my age all left town, and, it's even in Mitch Tyner has come back home and this, that, and the other. And it's like I tell everybody that grew up in Canton, eventually you'll come back home because you will always be looking for what you had when we were young. And we didn't realize. I mean, I look at a coffee club that we had inside the Tomahawk Steakhouse when I had a restaurant on the square. And this was a group of people, and I would say they were in their 80s. And they would sit down, and at that table, you had millionaires, and you had mechanics. You had people that, retired businessmen. You had retired friends. They all went to school together at Canton High School, back in the 40s and 30s. They all went off to war and fought in World War II and Korea and all of that. And they all would sit there at that table every morning and tell the most amazing stories. And you would look at the friendship that they all had. Good morning, Lloyd Travis. And you go, wow. Because that's the town that I grew up in. Everybody in Canton knew everybody. Good morning, Russell McGuffey. And that is just the great thing. It's something great that you just cannot put your finger on. And that is the Canton that has got to come back. And Canton is a diamond in the rough. And we got to get the corruption out of there. We've got to get all the corruption out of Canton. And people go, Chip, you say it's corrupt. I go, well, let's put it this way. I can name 5 aldermen who have been to jail or been convicted or will be sentenced soon. That's not good. There are others that need to go. You had an engineering crew in there that has been epic in the money that they took. And as things get uncovered more and more, you will see all of it. I mean, we're doing an audit now because we haven't had an audit in 9 years. And the current mayor, who was an alderman, thought of himself as a part-time alderman. And the aldermen are the ones that vote on everything. They should know every dollar leaving. Good morning, Michelle Dickerson. Happy Friday. But when you look at all this, you just got to go, what do you not know? Somebody needs to bring them the book back that says how to run a city. Canton. And you look at the charter for the city and you go and look at what everything we did when we set up CMU and we set up tourism and we set up all these things where you understand the mechanics of what it really is. We're playing with a blueprint that is not being followed. And that's the same thing that has occurred statewide in the election rules. We don't have, we're a state where the smallest the people are in charge of the election, not the governor. It starts with the people. And the people listen to the state leaders saying, oh, we got this under control and blah, blah, blah. But they don't have any control in a local election. It belongs to the people. It is the truest thing that we have in Mississippi is the people in the community are in control, and the city leaders and those at the county level and even at the state level to some degree have beat the people up to where they don't go out and vote. They have beat you up to where you've given up. I haven't given up. And I mean, a lot of people don't understand a lot about me. And I don't, and I really don't give a rat's ass. Okay. I just don't. Because my goal is to lead the world the way my grandmother told me it was as a child. She instilled in me that. And that is what I'm looking for. And I want everybody to share that. I want everybody to have that. I want everybody to remember when you could walk up and down the streets of Canton and do things. But today, the TGIF party, right, Debbie Bergancy, is brought to you by our new mayor. And he is throwing a party to unify the town. All of that sounds great. But let's see what happens. Let's see how it's done. Let's see how the sausage is made. Because I know what I have done when I have thrown events in Canton. So we'll see what happens. And, they're saying there will be plenty of police. We don't have plenty of police in Canton. We have to cover 2 major apartment complexes, 1,000 people live in each one of those. And then Canton starts, in case you didn't know, at Germantown High School, right across the street from Germantown High School, comes all the way back. And we have to secure all of that area. And we just, the way that they gerrymandered our city limits in Canton and the way they've gerrymandered the districts in Canton was all racially motivated. And I will be so glad later this year when race is no longer an issue in drawing lines for elections. That's what's happening with Texas, but it's going to happen nationwide. Y'all, civil rights is fixing to be gone. And you're going, Chip, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard, civil rights. No, civil rights are going to be replaced with equal rights. And they won't matter if you're black or white or Hispanic or what. Everybody in America that is an American has the same rights. So when you go to fill out an application to work, you put your name on it. And in the next line, it'll say American. It doesn't say black, white, African-American, Hispanic, Indian, Asia, blah, blah, blah. That won't be on there because that's wrong. We're all Americans, period. If you're an American, you're an American. If you're not an American, you're an illegal American. Get the hell out of here. And that's that. We'll take a break. We'll be right back on the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB. American, get the hell out of here. And that's that. We'll take a break. We'll be right back on the Chip Matthews Show.
1039 WYAB.
CBS News Brief. A group backed by the United Nations says the largest city in Gaza is now suffering an official famine. The UN's Tom Fletcher pleading for passage of aid deliveries.
It is too late for far too many, but not for everyone in Gaza. Enough for humanity's sake. Let us in.
Update on the Menendez brothers and their attempt to go free decades after they murdered their parents. CBS's Jared Hill.
Staring at a computer, Eric Menendez denied parole by a California board late Thursday. Today, his older brother Lyle gets his turn to argue for freedom.
President Trump got a firsthand look at the streets of Washington, D.C. after his federal takeover this month. He declared it a huge success.
I wanted to do this. We've had some incredible results. The results have come out. And it's like a different place. It's like a different city. It's the capital. It's going to be the best in the world.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
If you've had an accident, remember Clinton Body Shop. We work for you, not your insurance company. Don't be misled by someone telling you that you will have to pay more than your deductible. Our shops hold multiple certifications from the makers of today's vehicles. We are the longest running ICAR Gold Class certified repair facility in Mississippi. We know how to repair your vehicle, and we will work with your insurance company on your behalf. In Clinton and in Richland, we work for you. We take pride in perfection.
Green's Tire and Auto on Ridgewood Road in Ridgeland can do it all. Is your check engine light on? Take it to Green's. Air not blowing cold anymore? Take it to Green's. Squeaky brakes, bald tires, misaligned front end? Take it to Green's. Green's Tire and Auto can do it all. Your car can operate just like new again when you take it to Green's. Green's Tire and Auto, Ridgewood Road in Ridgeland. Take it to Green's. 601-957-0201.
Now's the time to get a great deal on a Kubota Z200 series mower with the new K-Ride Comfort System. Designed to optimize your ride, the series delivers a quality cut and an exceptional ride. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 1.99% APR for up to 48 months. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Divini Equipment, serving you in Madison and Jackson. Stop, call, or click at DiviniEquipment.com.
Here at Lake and Glass and Tint, we've become well known for two things: window tint and windshields. Now, when it comes to window tint, you already know that we're the go-to for home, car, and office. And as always, we offer free consultations. So if you're in the need of window tint or windshields, give us a call, 601-946-1000. Check us out on Facebook or Instagram or at lakeandglassandtint.com. Lake and Glass and Tint, where quality matters.
Health has always been reactive, focused on fixing problems as they happen. But with Blue Primary Care, we're taking a proactive approach, working with you to help you understand your health and empowering you to be healthy. It's time to prioritize you, your health, and your life. The results? Less worrying and more living. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. It's good to be blue.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
It is the Chip Matthews program, all over your radio and all over the world on WYAB.com. We're heard worldwide, all over on Facebook, Rumble, YouTube. Remember, coming in at 607, Clay Edwards, and he had a lot. He'll have a lot more on the Pearl Chase to Elton Road for y'all to listen to. But I'm going to talk to y'all about the $27,000 we pay. I don't know, what was that, a day? What? And there was a vote to fire Espy as attorney fails. And this is a Michael Simmons article that was on Madison Online, which, you know, we brought all you this earlier, but here we go. An attempt made Monday by two South Madison County supervisors to fire Mike Espy as the board attorney was unsuccessful. A motion was made in executive session by District 1 Supervisor Casey Brannon to fire Espy on the heels of a circuit court ruling last week that Espy was illegally involved in contract zoning regarding property near the Reunion interchange, which, you know, I've always questioned when they were doing some stuff out there. I was going, that's where he used to have D1 Sports for his son, right there. We're right there on in that area. But anyway, Madison County Judge Steve Ratliff ruled Espy illegally participated in contract zoning before the judge vacated a 2023 decision by the board to rezone about 350 acres near the Reunion interchange. Judge Ratliff issued the ruling in the case between the city of Madison and a handful of neighborhoods against the county over rezoning of land along Bozeman Road owned by Minnie J. Bozeman Family Limited Partnership that supervisors rezoned to a highway commercial district C2. Okay. Due to the vacation of the decision, the land reverts back to its former certification, which is a special use property, SU1. The court finds that the county's decision to rezone was a result of contract zoning. The record shows that the county made a deal to rezone the subject property to C2 in exchange for a valuable land donation to the county. So we got something to do somebody a favor, is what we're basically saying. Further, the record showed council. Okay, quit that phone. Further, the record shows the counsel for the board stated in the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting the following. I personally met with Mr. Skinner a couple of times, and we worked out a deal, and I told him personally, and the board confirmed, I don't say anything without authorization of my board, that we would do our best to rezone the land so he could begin planning for commercial projects. Okay, the court finds that the contract zoning is prohibited under the law in Mississippi, and because the board's decision was made even if in part because of an arrangement with the landowner, the zoning decisions must be vacated. Judge Ratliff continued, according to the court, finds the zoning decision must be set aside because it was a product of contract zoning. And on Monday, the supervisors voted to remove Espy 3-2. And 3 voted to keep him, 2 voted for him to go away. Steen issued a press release Wednesday that Gerald Steen, that's the president of the Madison County Board of Supervisors, defending the county's position to appeal Ratliff's order. I have read the opinion and order, and I attend the hearing on the appeal where our attorney and the Bozeman family attorney fully explained in open court and on the record that there was never any deal to rezone the property in exchange for land. Steen was quoted in his release. The Bozeman family petition went through all of the proper channels for rezoning, and the board made a decision based on the petition and nothing else. And that is what the board minutes show. Now, I hope the video shows the same thing, because there are board minutes and there's video minutes. Okay, Steen defended the court rezoning by saying, since the board speaks through their minutes, and since there was nothing in the minutes about a property exchange, that then it couldn't have occurred. We are looking forward to moving this matter through the appeals process. Now, what that really means, y'all, is that you and I, the taxpayer, will be paying $27,000 a month for bad advice and continued bad advice. That's what we pay Mr. Espy. Plus, he'll be billing hours, which he'll bill his hours, and then he'll also bill some hours for the his firm or whoever we have to bring in on the outside to help. Although 2 supervisors have said, look, let's not do this. Good morning, Lebo Brock. Have you found my car? What do you do? I mean, what do you do when people don't want to do the right thing? And I mean, every time we turn around, our supervisors are at a stalemate of 3-2. And the only thing we can actually do is we go back to that thing I was telling you about, where the people have to show up and vote. But we also got to find somebody to run against Steen, run against Banks, to run against Griffin, which I am going to run against Griffin again. And people don't understand. It does not bother me to run. And some people say, you're crazy. You're crazy to run all the time. You lose. Well, no, I'm trying to underscore the problem. Whatever it takes to make you listen, to make you understand that if we don't take back our county, if we don't take back our city of Canton, if we don't take back Jackson, we got to put leadership in place, people that honestly care to bring it back to the way that you remember growing up 20 years ago or 30 years ago, well, 40 years ago, when it was run a lot better than it is now. And I mean, you know, we didn't have water problems. I mean, to think that Tracewood Apartments over there on and look, I used to live there, in the early 80s. And I guess rent back then was probably $800 or $900 a month when I lived there. And now they're probably $1,600 to $2,000 a month. And they can't pay their water bill in that old. I mean, they've been there. Tracewood's been there for a long time, and they have a $900,000 water bill. They can't pay it. And then you got everybody online. You got that guy that owns the one in Jackson, Blossom, and he's going, she tries to collect the money. That's okay if she tries to collect the money. We just need leadership to tell us that and get our bill made right. Although we hadn't paid in 5 or 6 or 7 years, hadn't paid our taxes, this, that, and the other. And I look in the books and I see all the upcoming taxes coming up. You got people that owe 50 cents of taxes on their property on the record right now, starting with the A's. When you start looking at it, there's three people that owe $3.52. And obviously that is an error somewhere that needs to be corrected, because I can't see you paying all your property tax except for 50 cents of it. And then you're going to get your property sold for 50 cents. It makes me think that there's some kind of trickery going on there on how to take money from citizens, how to take property from citizens. But I mean, it's a legal way, but you're going to sit there and you're going to go, what do you mean I owe taxes? And 3 years from now, when somebody has bought your property for $3.56 a year, every year, and then the fines on it are going to be through the roof, and you're going to owe a lot of back taxes, and your property's going to it will belong to somebody else. That's insane to think. And I don't know what that means, but I mean, and not everybody reads the newspaper. You saw when the paper mill was shutting down and I don't know what they're going to do about public notices after that, but the paper mill in Mississippi, 160 people lost their job at a paper mill because they're going to quit making as much newspaper print. They're going to quit making it. So if they're going to quit, if newspaper, they'll always make the paper, y'all, but if you don't need as much as you once needed, and then sooner or later, the paper's going to go away. And when the paper goes away, we're going to not know anything. And how many people actually look at the paper to look at, do you owe taxes or not? And there was something that came out a few weeks ago that said that there was a glitch in the system, and everybody owed like $3 or 50 cents or 75 cents, and they were going to owe $3.52 or whatever. That came out, and I was like, why is that? And they said, well, there was something wrong with our credit card processor. And now, although it's on the county side problem, if you owe the tax, you still owe the tax, was the way I understood the article that I read. And I was like, well, we need to all make sure that we've got every penny paid. So it's depending on how you paid as to whether or not you owe that 50 cents or 75 cents, that is, even with the fees now, it's the 50 cents is now $3.52. When it gets sold, it's going to go up even more. And you look at that and you say, oh, Chip, that's not going to, yeah, it is. It's that simple. It's that simple. And it could be something as simple as the family had money in escrow and they're paying for property, and somebody has passed away and they don't know what's going on. You got a lawyer that's not watching all the dots and this, that, and the other. And next thing you know, it slides through, and then all of a sudden, sorry, they legally bought your property. And we got to go back and look at it. Yes, Debbie Bragansky says the three amigos, Steen, Banks, Griffin, they need to all go. Yes, they do. Because on top of that, Griffin and Banks have been there 30 years, maybe more, 28 to 30 years, something like that. Everybody inside the county, lots of them, you have some that work, and then you have some that are family members, okay? And like we just gave a raise to one family member, $8,000 raise a year before the new budget year. So she's getting it in this year, and then she'll get it in next year too, and probably get another raise next year. And she is kin to Banks. Espy is kin to Banks. There should be something about all of this, but I don't know. Do we have to go file an ethics complaint as citizens? Do we need to get together to go fix the problem and ask why one family or two families wind up with 30 or 40% of the employees at the county, and they don't work? They don't get the job done? These are real things, because when they give somebody a job, they're off their payroll. They're off and they're taking care of them. Once they get their 20 years in, right toward the end, they'll get a promotion to make more money than they ever made, to where their 4 high will be up, so that they're robbing more from the PERS system. Never mind, they didn't do the work when they were in had the job and couldn't do the job, weren't physically able to do the job in some cases. That's what we found out at the school district and at CMU. We found out that there was a person that was not physically able to do the work on the payroll and having to kick money to an alderman. Y'all, this is Canton and Madison County. We have one supervisor, that would be Griffin, Paul Griffin. He gets a check out of the Canton School District as a safety officer. I wonder how big that check is. I need to do a public records request. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right here on the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB with No Dawn this morning. See if we can get her on the phone. We'll be right back. The Chip Matthews Show on WYAB with no Dawn this morning. See if we can get her on the phone. We'll be right back.
Keep it tuned here to 1039 WYAB.
What are people saying about Tom's Fried Pies in Richland?
Tom's Fried Pies. And I made the mistake. I ordered one pie. I figured, you know what? I'll try Tex-Mex. It was so good. Man, second go round, I ate the pecan pie. You will need a meat pie and a dessert one. Get both because they are off the hook.
I went to Tom's Fried Pies today, and I'm going back. I tried the taco one, really good. When I go back, I'll bring some home.
Tom'sFriedPies.com.
Can anyone in Jackson say the name of Bravo, Broad Street, and Salamukis Catering Company?
Yes.
Let's find out.
Mangia Bini.
Mangia Ben.
Mangia Benet.
It actually is Mangia Bene. Mangia Bene. It's Mangia Bene. It means eat well in Italian, and it's the catering group for Bravo, Broad Street, and Salamukis.
Mangia Bene Catering. Choose us, and you'll always eat well. 3 restaurants, 1 call. Mangia Bene Catering.
Mangia Bene.
Hi, it's Jackson author Jeff Pettigo, and I've written a satirical novel you should read called City Zoo, an Unfairy Story, a witty Orwellian animal fable about the lying fake news media. What happens is a former circus elephant runs for animal zookeeper, and all the monkeys in the zoo's fairy tale news media go crazy trying to take him out. Sounds familiar. It's the perfect pop culture satire for the beach. Learn more about the novel City Zoo at cityzoo.us. cityzoo.us.
My name is Terry Parkinson. I'm with the Madison County Co-op in Canton. Hunters, you know, we've got the deer food plot and attractants. The Madison County Co-op built a big following in the cultivators over the years and try to be real competitive on our price and selections. What makes us what we are is you can come in the door, get your ticket and go to back, and we get you loaded and out of there. The Madison County Co-op in Canton, we're about a block southeast of the square. You want to get in there and get out, you come see us.
Here's a word from John White, the owner of Two Gun Tactical in Flowood and Ridgeland.
I carry a gun every day, all the time. Last year in America, 2 million legal guns were pulled and it stopped the threat. So I'm really wearing a firearm just to stop the threat. There's more likelihood of me just pulling it and not using it than there is using it. TwoGunTactical.com, TwoGunTactical.com.
Two Gun Tactical, the South's only country club.
Where do you stand in the pro-life community? If you're passionate about protecting the sanctity of life from fertilization to natural death, please join us at Pro-Life Mississippi as we make a difference and save lives right here in our own state. Pro-Life Mississippi is a community of individuals dedicated to equipping others to value all human life, including the preborn, those with disabilities, and the elderly. Our mission is simple: to provide unwavering support, education, and advocacy for the preborn, their families, and other vulnerable children and adults. If you're just starting your pro-life journey or you have been an advocate of life for many years, Pro-Life Mississippi needs your voice and talents to save lives in Mississippi. Together, we can make a difference in building a stronger pro-life Mississippi. Learn more about us at prolifems.org. That's prolifems.org. Be part of the community that celebrates each and every human life.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
And we're back here on a Friday here on the Chip Matthews program here on WYAB. Of course, Dawn is going to Madison County Leadership something today, and I wish I had more information on that. But there's stuff going on that you got to be involved in. Dawn's going to go be involved that day, and also tonight out at Rattlers Ferry, she's got steak night, so we got all that in. Mitch Tyner just checked in. Ricky Grace checked in. Mitch Tyner said he had a great night at McNee last night, but up later than normal. Yeah, he stayed till the cows came home. Let's say 9:15. Our age, cows come home much earlier. The Dynamite Balls were great. Thank you for the hospitality. And it was Chip, Aubrey, and I will be back. Yeah, we had lots of fun. And what we need to do, We need to come out there and do some more things. But we need to get something like that going on in Canton. It's great to sit with a group of people and talk about the good things that are going on in your community or just whatever. I mean, when we had the stakeout, the coffee clubs that go on, if you go sit down with them, you hear great stories of great things in the town that you used to live in. And y'all, when I say we grew up in Mayberry, I mean exactly that. In Canton, Mississippi. And I mean, I will tell you this, to this day, when I watch my dog Skip, I know it's about Willie Morris and it's about Yazoo City, but it was filmed in Canton. My friend lives in the My Dog Skip house. But when you watch that, it really takes me back to how it was. And it was a great, great, great town to grow up in. Okay, let's get all the announcements in real quick. Dirty D's birthday party is tonight. Yeah, everybody knows who Dirty D. He also goes by Daryl Arnold. It's his 75th birthday tonight out at Cameron Garage. I'll go out and see him. He's been around for a long time. One day I may catch up in his age. Then also Acme Pizza tonight. We got Jamie Eisenhood. Y'all come on out there and see us at Acme Pizza tonight. Tomorrow night, Jamie Mitchell. We got pizza. We got pasta. And this weekend, y'all got some people are going to fall out. It's back. The famous Acme Pizza lasagna. Yeah, Garfield loves it. We're bringing it back. So we don't always do lasagna on a regular basis because we stay pretty busy to where we can't really get into. I mean, y'all, it seems simple, but we have good lasagna. So we just don't just throw it out there anytime. And we're fixing to do that. We'll have just regular lasagna tonight with meat in it, but later on we'll have the Alfredo lasagna with chicken and spinach. We'll have a vegetable lasagna. We'll be bringing in all of those. We might even do, and then I told Jenny when she was getting the lasagna ready, I looked at her and I said, I'm going to do a chocolate lasagna. You know, like pie crust, piece of Hershey bar chocolate, pie crust, a little chocolate mousse, pie crust, some marshmallows with some chocolate on them, s'more on top. Oh, yeah. Chip can cook. Or Chip can assemble. My mama could assemble. She couldn't cook anything. She threw everything together. But anyway, thank y'all for listening this week. Next week, we'll have more exciting news about everything that's going on. I have not talked to Jenny in forever. Tell her I said I need to come see her at Acme. Yeah, come on out. We open at 4:00 at Acme Pizza. Yeah, y'all come on out. It'll be a big weekend. Also, remember, this weekend, you only got 2 good weekends before football starts. And Robert Staples, good morning. So go out and play some golf. Go to the Canton Country Club and play golf this weekend. It'll be, it's cooler. It feels good outside. Check out this event in Canton tonight. Let's see how that works. But check out and go out and spend money locally in the local economy wherever you are. Go visit a restaurant owner that you know. Go see Fred Cerami tonight. Go do something. Get out while it's cool, because I know when football season starts, you won't get out till you find out if your team won. That's just the facts. And if your team lost, you won't get out until like mid-season. We know how it goes. We do it. And Clay Edwards is going to be doing a sports show now, I hear. He's going to go through a lot of burned Mississippi State wear, because that's what he does. He burns Mississippi State wear every time they lose. And there'll be a burn ban, but he'll still do it. We'll see y'all back tomorrow morning. Monday morning. Clay Edwards is next at 7:07 right here on WYAB.